when you have a mentality of like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make this happen no matter what.
Yeah.
You just find a way. It's impossible to fail because your hunger, your pursuit for what you actually desire is just that fierce, that true. Sometimes it's about more than manifesting. You got to do the work. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling wonderful, man. For real.
Yeah.
I'm back, yo. I had to reset.
The great reset.
Sometimes it wasn't a great, a little reset.
Yeah.
I was about to lose. Then I had to, you click reset before you lose. Like, that's what I did, yo. I did that.
Yo, that used to be the funniest.
We all been there before.
That used to be the funnest thing. Like, you losing on Madden.
Yeah, you be like, nah.
You like,
You better get dubbed.
Fights get started over that.
You better get dubbed.
It's like, yo, he about to hit that third. He about to hit that third touchdown. That 21 Scott.
Right.
Hey man, we having a good time, and you may have been feeling down before you started listening to the Keep It Uplifting podcast, where I am your host, Uplifting, and I have with me Al Parker.
That's right, man.
Talk to him.
Hey man, welcome back, man. Thank y'all for coming back. Look, I'm glad to be back too. You hear me?
I'm gonna have to work on that intro a little bit.
That's all right. We'll get it.
Yeah.
Once they start paying us for a better intro. You know what I mean? They gotta watch more videos. Then we'll get the intro.
Yeah, but you may have been feeling down, man. That's why you listen to the Keep It Uplifting podcast, you know?
Right. That's what we do.
Yeah. But you were talking about, Great Reset, battling back. And dog, I was watching the Kansas City Chiefs game against the Chargers.
Yeah, man, I accidentally went to sleep on that, but it was an amazing game, though. Huh?
These dudes,
it's a good one.
They do it every season.
Who, KC?
Yeah, they do it every season. They get down. I mean, they did it against the Bills that one game in the playoffs last year. Like, at least twice this year, they won a game in the last a minute and something seconds, right?
Oh yeah, that's the name of their game,
right? But I always think about the mindset of someone like a Patrick Mahomes or a Tom Brady, and then I try to liken that to myself, right? Because I guess I'm cocky, but
or maybe you just try to be great like them.
Yeah.
That's okay, man. You're supposed to do that.
But like to constantly be battle tested and have to come back, like, it's obviously impossible to fail. Like, when you can get a team on board with that is amazing, but when you have that thought process, I feel like everything else goes with you.
Yeah, it do. Well, I think things come in waves too, Right. Like, great things do too. I mean,
there's peaks.
You mentioned Tom Brady, bro. He created an attitude. Matter of fact, forget that thought for the moment. I'm sorry, because I seen this clip where the guy was talking about being. I forgot who it was, man. Once again, but he was talking about being an athlete, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, most people work out so that they could get it right.
Right.
He was like, man, I practice so I can't get it wrong.
Exactly.
I'm a professional.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't get it wrong. When I get it wrong, I lose.
Yeah.
So I work hard so that it's perfect every time. I can't get it wrong. And that's what people like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes do with winning. It's like they're down by 6 and I got a minute and 30 with one timeout. Oh, perfect. I won already.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like
I know what to do.
I just feel like failure is only an option if you have it available to you. Like, that has to be on your Scantron. You know what I'm saying?
Like a multiple choice.
My joint is only A. My options are A. Nice. I don't have B, C, or D. Right. Ain't nothing else to fill in A. If you looked at my Scantron, it's just one. You remember how we used to do Abracadabra on the joint?
I definitely remember that. Who you talking to?
Yeah, bro. Like, I just feel like people are positioning themselves today I'm seeing it because a lot of people lost their jobs recently, you know, and I work for a tech company too, so hopefully it doesn't happen to me, but I still wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You lose sometimes.
You know how to get back up.
Right.
I mean,
there was a job I was trying to get when I was younger. It was a government contracting job. And I was trying to get into government because I wanted to do tech.
Right.
And I thought that was the only way to get some money, like really fast, because, you know, I got family members that work for the government and they work in tech. Right. And it's like, get with the government, they pay you and you don't even have to know anything. You can learn a lot and you kind of,
they teach you on the job.
You figure it out,
paid,
right?
Yep.
And the one thing I had to do was get cleared.
Oh, yeah, that clearance.
And my mom had told me about, you know, something I could do to get cleared at one point in time, and I didn't do it. And the girl I was dating at the time went and got cleared. Yeah. And I was constantly just seeing her career skyrocket because she had this level of clearance. And I was out here working sales jobs, doing all these different things, but I was still pursuing certs and all of this, but I was trying to get with this one company so that I could get cleared.
Right.
And they denied me. And then finally one time I got into like the class. Yeah. Where we could fill out all the paperwork and then they would give you a call back. Right. They called me back and then I got in trouble with the law. Okay. And that pretty much wiped away that opportunity for getting a clearance. Right. Most definitely. And I think about that all the time because it's like if I would have gave up on tech just because I couldn't get cleared, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Right. And definitely. When you have a mentality of like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make this happen no matter what. Yeah. You just find a way. It's impossible to fail because your hunger, your pursuit for what you actually desire is just that fierce, that true.
Yeah. We talked about Dame Dash on here before, and I believe it was him that said, I don't know failure, yo. All I know is keep going until I win.
Yeah. Brush your teeth, wash your face, and get back to it.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, that failure, I mean, it's not over yet. I ain't win yet.
and the reason I feel that failure is an option for people is because we're able to see success every day now. Right? You used to have to watch a commercial or turn on a television, or it would be in a magazine when you was in a grocery store or remember 7-Eleven used to have them, right?
Bro, I was a magazine guy,
right.
So yeah.
You know, so like that was the way you would see success. I still remember LeBron and Sebastian Telfair on Slam magazine, and I'll never forget about that, but that ain't about that right now.
I know the exact cover you talking about, bro.
I was salty, bro. I was so mad. But what I was saying was just like, you know, you can see it every day. You wake up. I follow mega mansions. Somebody mentioned a car that I ain't even known about. I'd look it up on YouTube. You know, I'm watching a lot of stuff that is success. But to me, I don't envy that. Yeah. I don't say, dang, I can't get that. I say to myself, I'm next.
Yeah. Wait till we talk.
It's real.
We do that all the time.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, yo, wait till we get this.
It's real.
Wait till we do this.
It's real. I just haven't got it yet.
Yeah. It's just happening.
Yeah, right. It's mine. Yeah, my fingers ain't just been on it yet.
Just work until you win. Man.
Yeah, you know? Bro. And in this time that we're in where there are going to be a lot of layoffs, there are going to be a lot of people who have to pivot, you still got to be dedicated. That's more so what I'm saying is it's just absolutely impossible to fail if you have a concrete plan and vision for what you want, what you desire, what you dreamed about, you know? And I always just think of that story, bro. I mean, I had like 3 or 4 different jobs in the amount of time that I tried to get that clearance.
Right.
And then, you know, one day I said, okay, well, it's up. Forget that. I don't need the clearance. Yeah. I'll just go this route, get these certs, get these training, join this college, do all of this stuff, and self-learn. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the resources for us are there to be better.
Most definitely.
You know?
Most definitely.
So that's just something that maybe it's a brief episode, but
no, man, because I got something to the contrary, man. What you were saying is you basically don't lose until you quit, right?
Yeah, if you wake up you cannot wake up. I always say that, man. I know that's extreme, but
you don't lose. But what you can lose, you don't lose until you stop chasing what you're supposed to have. Right? Now you know me. When we came up, we was athletes, right?
Right.
I was an athlete. I love football.
Right.
I played football. That's what I did.
Right.
I didn't even care about school. Unfortunately, I had to go to school to play football. That was my thing. I went to college to play ball.
Right.
I did that.
We all went. Pretty much, a lot of people do that. Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
Right.
But unfortunately, it didn't work out the way I wanted to. Like you said, you jumped through a lot of hoops to get what you thought that you deserved. You know what I did? I said, man, this ain't fair. The politics got in the way. Because when you go to college, like basically, it's super competition. What a lot of people don't know. Like, think about your job. Let's take tech for an example, which is true for jobs too.
Ultra competitive.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. It's true for jobs too.
Right.
Because what happens when you play ball is you on the depth chart. Say I probably was thinking 4 or 5 on the depth chart, right?
Right.
Now I'm thinking, well, number 1 graduates. Now I'm gonna be number 3, right? That's what people think. But no, they're gonna recruit 2 more people.
Right.
That are probably more skilled.
They never touched the field. They're never done anything.
But they're ahead of you now.
Yep.
Now you got to fight again for the same spot that you had.
It's funny because that's the same way in jobs. That's the same way in the tech field.
That's how it goes in the world. But that's what I'm saying. Me and that mentality that I had back then.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I've been here. I've been working hard. Like, I deserve my shot. I deserve to be 2-1. Right? I deserve my spot on the field.
Right. But what does the world owe you?
It didn't owe me nothing.
Nothing.
I didn't demand it.
You don't deserve a damn thing. And comparison is the thief of joy. That's what I was trying to get to, is that we see a lot of things out here that people are doing well, and then we try to put ourselves up against that. And
damn, man, that shit was deep with that right there, yo. I like that.
And deep. For real, man, because we look at what other people have, we look at what they doing, we're like, damn, they got that, but that was their time.
Yo, that's exactly what I used to do. And I remember, and back then, I definitely had a weak mind state.
Yeah.
Because I started doing things from doing that.
Right.
Comparing myself to other people, like, why does he have that?
Yeah.
Why does he deserve that?
Right. He ain't work for it. Yeah.
For real. But I gave up on my dream because I quit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And you could have done a lot of things.
Yeah, I could have. There's other avenues.
And the greatest part about believing that you can't fail is what it actually does to you as a person. Right? Like, I was able to get all these other different jobs and be successful at them because I was so aggressive with pursuing this whole other thing.
Right.
And I didn't even know that my success was happening over here because of how strong I was building my mind up over here, chasing this.
I knew you was gonna say.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what you was doing, yo. All you were doing was preparing yourself for what is it? When opportunity meets preparation.
When preparation meets luck is when preparation meets opportunity,
and that's what happened.
Yeah,
you was prepared, yo.
Because
all that work you was doing on this side, like you said, unbeknownst to you, you were strengthening yourself in the mind. You were strengthening yourself as a man.
Yeah,
and it may not have been in the field that you were looking for,
right?
But you already had all those attributes.
Yeah, and when I finally got that opportunity and I got that interview, I got that 20th interview.
Because guess what?
And the craziest part,
because you learned your lesson from the 19 other ones.
And the craziest part is I bombed the 20th interview, but I got the job because I was taking notes. I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. Let me make sure I can go back and research this for next time.
Yeah, right.
And they said, we saw how hungry and dedicated you were to learning.
Right.
And that's why we gave you the position. They said we knew that we could work with you. So I want people to understand that too. It's like if you're getting a job or if you're just trying to do anything, like even in this podcasting space that we're in, we're constantly figuring stuff out. We're constantly getting new gadgets. We know, and we went down to Atlanta, right, to get some, advice and get guidance from people who are actually doing it and making money with it. And that's the thing too. Like, don't be afraid to. I read a lot of books. Don't be afraid to get a mentor. Don't be afraid to, and mentor as in you could just be following somebody's page who is documenting how they did it. It's a lot of people out here telling you game.
Yeah.
Or you go buy a course. Like, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. All of these books that I have isn't even half the books that I've read, and I've spent like $300-$400 this year on books,
just on background knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but what's that knowledge going to turn into?
Yeah, you got to.
That's a great investment.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to bet on yourself.
Yes.
Like the money you put out is like, do you really want it too? Like that's when failure is an option, because are you really 10 toes down for what you saying that you want?
Yeah, are you willing to do whatever it takes and whatever that may be?
Because a lot of times when people like, man, I spent my last 10 racks on a course. Mm-hmm. You get 10 racks. Like 10 racks is not a ton of money, but it's still some some change. Yeah, and you gonna spend that? You gonna spend your last on a course?
Yeah, when
course better work.
You could teach it. Yeah, it better.
Right, and a lot of times, when people see that, like ClickFunnels and stuff like that, I can't think of dude's name. Alex Hermazi spent his last 10 grand on ClickFunnels, but I was watching David Never Sleeps podcast.
Okay.
And a gentleman on there was like, now I just make money because he spent his last $10,000 on a funnels course.
Really?
Sometimes it's like you have to take that risk, that hope, that yes that you say is yes to your future, yes to your advancement. Like there's so many ways to build yourself, but you have to believe that you cannot fail. Keep it uplifting.
Make sure to like, comment, share, and most importantly, keep it uplifting.
Take it up, listen.